What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to a new Dirty Bomb video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Turtle. Today I'm going to be giving you live first impressions of my first ever game playing as Turtle, but before we start we're going to do something just a little bit special. We're going to craft ourselves a Turtle Cobalt, and whatever we craft is what we're going to use today for my first ever game playing as Turtle. I'm so excited about Turtle being in the game, in case that wasn't obvious. He's been just so overdue, you know, I've waited years for this moment. And here he is finally, and well, we're going to use him. And let's see what Cobalt Code we're going to get. It's going to be the Hawk Fear. And actually, it's kind of an okay loadout. It has Extender, which is what I'd consider one of the key augments. I don't hate the Hawk Fear, although I'll be honest, I've not used it in a long while. But well, this Cobalt skin, it looks absolutely wicked on Turtle. So I'm going to see how we get on with this. Let's equip this. Add it to my favourite, certainly. And yeah, I'm dead excited just to give you my first impressions here with Turtle. This is something that we did a little while ago. If you've been around on the channel for, well, quite some time now at this point, you may remember way back when we did a video with my first ever game as Phantom. And in that game, we discovered that Phantom was very, very good at the time. If you've not seen that video, it was one of those ones where I just kind of killed everything that moved. But yeah, we'll see how we get on today. We're not in a very full lobby here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to find a game, and I will join you in the midst of the action. Okay, so we're finally into a game. Finally. I'm hoping this is going to be an okay game. There's not many people in the moment. We'll see if it fills up. I want to give you guys my first impressions, though. How is Turtle going to play? And actually, we're playing on the defensive side here on Bridge. This could be quite an interesting test to see how well Turtle holds up. It's worth noting we're on a 8 versus 8 server. I have no doubt this will fill up relatively quickly, or at least I hope it will. We are running with 2 Turtles. They're running with a Fletcher and a Rhino. Actually, looks like the game is way underway, despite the fact that my game was giving me the kind of little intro speech for what to expect. I can hear the Fletcher repairing. He has got his shotgun. I can't finish him off. Where was our Turtle? I mean, it's an interesting position to take up as Turtle. One of my big fears is in this my first game is we get in and then everyone is playing Turtle. Now, hopefully, some people on our team are going to use common sense and not just switch to Turtle. I'm a little bit scared that we could end up in a Turtle-thon. I'm also a little bit scared, actually, looking at it. People aren't going to join the game. But in terms of my opinions on Turtle, I feel like he's going to be quite situational. I feel like he's not going to be the merc for all occasions. I feel like he's very much going to be a merc that you kind of pick when the time is right. And you don't just pick up constantly. Whether or not that's actually how he's going to play out, I guess, remains to be seen. I know in the competitive side of things, there's always been a big issue with Fletcher kind of being the go-to merc. I do wonder if Turtle could shake that up a little bit, particularly when you are defending. I feel like he could be a good option. I feel like on maps like this in the past, there's not really been a motivation as the defenders to necessarily play an engineer. Whereas, I don't know, Turtle's ability, it's almost like a support ability. When you can contrast it to stuff like Proxy's mines, Fletcher's obviously explosives, and even Bushwhacker's turrets, they are more often than not used in an aggressive way when you're playing as an engineer. Whereas with Turtle's kind of set up with the shield, I feel like just kind of defending, you know, objectives. He could still be useful as an engineer, even if there isn't a whole lot of engineering to be done necessarily. Anyway, I kind of don't want to deal with that guy there, if I'm being honest. Playing Rhino. I'm not the beefiest of mercs. It is now a 4v4, so we are slowly going to see the game fill up. I'm also secretly hoping this game isn't going to go on too long, because I'd like to get this video up the night that I'm playing this, because Turtle did only just come out today. I've already recorded one other video. You may or may not have seen it at the time of seeing this, but it is a video all about, well, it's a case opening. I'm going to be honest, it's a case opening. It's one of those clickbaity videos. I'm not going to call it clickbaity, but it is one of those videos where people like to watch other people waste money. I like to watch other people waste money, so I thought, let's watch me waste money. Now, they are using a Phantom. It'll be interesting, actually, to come up against this Phantom. Of course, he is going to disable my shield when he cloaks, which is a bit of a concern for me. The other concern is, I have no ammo. And, well, we are without a fire support merc right now. Although we do have Kira, but she's not set up just yet. Anyway, they're shooting my shield, which is incredibly kind of them. It's worth noting the shield does give you XP now. That was something that if you watch the video that I did with Kate, the Turtle designer, a few people commented on the fact, hey, you don't get XP for blocking damage. Kind of thinking that was a little bit odd. You don't, or you didn't. That's now been changed. Okay, we've got my shield deployed, and as you can see, that really does cover up that whole area nicely. It's now about our team trying to set up around it. Look at the enemy mercs up. They've got a Rhino, they've got a Fletcher, they've got a Nader. If we leave our shield out in the open, I feel like Artie could deal with our shield as well quite well. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. As I already said, we're not the beefiest mercs. In that kind of gunfight, we're always going to struggle, particularly against the burst fire rifles. But, I don't know, we'll see how we get on here. It's a bit of an unknown for me, this. If you watched, as I already talked about a little bit, my first ever kind of merc impression video, I played as Phantom, and he was very good at the time. As in, like, really, really good. Perhaps too good, some would argue. I'm on 2 hit points here. I kind of wish, I'm going to be honest, I kind of wish that we had a medic right now. Because I do not want to jump down and try and play this point. But I am going to try and help our Turtle out by getting this deployable up. So this really does cover this entire door, making it difficult for them to take it down. Our Kira should hopefully put her laser down. I mean, you could see there, actually, that was a really good example of how the shield can really be focused down. Like, the shield is not this kind of impenetrable object that I feel like is never going to be able to be taken down. Even if you've got 2 of them on the go, that shield there really didn't last in that doorway. Which is a bit of a shame. We're going to try and set up our turret again, but you can see they're just taking it down really quickly. Turtle, you cannot kind of panically, or in a panic, push his shield down. It doesn't work for you. You are very much required to play smart as Turtle, which I like. You know, there isn't going to be any of this kind of panic shielding going on, whereby you see an enemy in a gunfight, you plop down the shield, and then you're immediately, you're covered, you're safe. That enemy really has to deal with the situation. There is an opportunity if you meet Turtle in a 1v1 gunfight to take them down, and actually, given his relatively small health pool, I don't know quite how much use he's going to see. Now, there is a Turtle shield set up here, which is a little bit of an issue for me, but again, just going back to what we already talked about, put some damage into it along with this Turtle that we're playing with, and 2 of us take it down reasonably quickly, which is nice. Anyway, we're going to set up here. We're going to see if we can just kind of trap them in a little bit. The bomb is planted. I'd kind of like to go for it, but I realise that probably isn't going to be possible here. And actually, we're on long spawn now, which is a bigger problem. Although, Aura, come on. Show me that you love me. Thank you very much. This Turtle placement needs work. That is shocking. Right, let's pick it up. Let's try and rotate around this high ground. I feel like at this point the generator room is a bit of a lost cause. And really, we are just trying to set up here. As I get sniped by a Rhino. Can the heals come in again? No, that wasn't a friend. Oh, it was a friendly Aura. Bless her. Well, she died doing what she loved. Trying to do the quick trick jump, which I can't do. I'm washed up, guys. I'm seriously washed up. I'll be honest, not a Turtle pro. One day I will become a pro Turtle, but until that day, I'm going to have to deal with this situation here, which is trying to deal with a Fletcher and a Nader, and everyone's spamming at me. I feel like as a Turtle, your usage is going to be really limited in some situations. Like here, I mean, the explosives, they're just coming flying in. I'm on long spawn again, but we do get rezzed. Thank you very much. I haven't really got a choice but to drop back. You can see both the shields dropping down. They just have this high ground. They're shooting down above our shield. And of course, it's not a dome shield. And it's not like the shields in enemy territory in the past where they'd give you some protection from above. You are very much, I guess, limited by what your shield can actually do here. What I am interested to see is actually how we get on this last point. I've not played bridge on this last point with Turtle, but if I had to guess, I feel like this is one of the areas where Turtle is really going to shine on defense. If you are playing Turtle on this section of the map, you are going to be in a good situation, I feel like. But yeah, we'll see if we can deal with the Fletcher. I can't deal with the Fletcher. This was a mistake. I'm running. We're running. Running is a viable strategy, even for a Turtle. Except when you run into the Rhino. It's a bit poetic, really, isn't it? Rhino taking down Turtle. What is the thing with animals in this game? I'm trying to think, what would the animal be for each merc? What animal would proxy be? I'm thinking maybe a kangaroo. I don't know why a kangaroo. They're not going to return on this side, are they? I've just set this up and they've gone around the other side. I mean, there's a vote to shuffle by skill. Should I agree to that, though? Our team is just getting spawn killed here. I need to set up in this area. Because otherwise, we're going to be in trouble. We'll see what we can do from this position. It's going to be difficult for them to dislodge me initially. I should be able to gain some time for our team to kind of make something happen here. I'm a little bit paranoid that I just get flanked and shotgunned in the back. The other thing that I think is worth talking about is the fact the shield is quite difficult to look through. Did that Fletcher push all the way up? He didn't. See, this is a situation where it's going to be interesting to see how much use you can actually get out of Turtle, because I don't know, like they're about to return this here. Our team didn't really group up around us, but the shield itself, it doesn't make you impenetrable, and there's very few positions actually where you can't be flanked. I'd consider Bridge one of Turtle's strongest maps. Now, it might be down, and this isn't that I hadn't really considered. This was an 8v8 server. Is it a case of that because it's 8v8, Turtle is going to be less effective? I've not really thought about that. I guess Turtle is going to be less effective on servers where there's more people playing, because there's going to be more people able to damage your shield. And it's a lot easier to focus it. If 3 players focus down your shield in a 5v5, that takes quite a lot of coordination, and it's going to take a few of them out of the game. Whereas in an 8v8, 3 people shooting at your shield isn't that unheard of, particularly in a game like that one we just played, where we are kind of getting just pushed back and back and back. I didn't even pay attention to our stats. I don't think they were very good. But no, that's just my first game with Turtle, really. I wanted to have it down in the history books. You've seen how I got on. What mistakes were I making? If you've got any tips for playing Turtle, maybe you're a Turtle pro already, leave them down in the comments for me to hear. What do you make of the loadout card we got as well? Is it a good loadout card, the one we got? It was the KE61, of course, with Extender. I actually think Steady's going to be a more useful augment, but yeah, you know, you'll have to keep an eye out, because in the next few days, I'm going to have a video all about Turtle, giving some more of my opinions on him and some of the raw numbers behind him. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up everything from me. I'd love to know down in the comments your first impressions of Turtle. Let me know what they were. And yeah, other than that, thank you so much for watching as always. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.